Good morning. Welcome again to Morning Devotions. Thank you for our time together. Tonight, revival nights begin out at East, and then tomorrow night it's at Maine, and Thursday night at South, and then back into the great healing service on Friday night at Maine, and then back into the book of Acts on Saturday and Sunday. We've got a full week and an exciting week this week in the presence of God. Right now, I want to take you back to King Jehoram in 2 Chronicles chapter 21, beginning with verse 12. Jehoram received a letter from Elijah the prophet, which said, "This is what the Lord, the God of your father David, says. You have not walked in the ways of your father Jehoshaphat or of Asa, king of Judah, but you have walked in the ways of the king of Israel, and you have led Judah and the people of Jerusalem to prostitute themselves, just as the house of Ahab did." He said, now you've led the people down the wrong path. And I want to challenge you today, brothers and sisters, just because people have an office that God has given them, doesn't mean they're leading you down the right path. So I challenge people today, be like the Bereans in the New Testament in the book of Acts, that search the scriptures to see if these things would be so. I see so many Christians today, and they come to me and they say, "Pastor Summerall, we need your help. We used to go to COP, but we've gone over to this church, and we started drinking there, and we started going to casinos there, and my marriage is broken up, or my husband has left me now, and he's off with another woman in the church." And they say, "Pastor, please help me." And I go, well, how did you get into this situation? They followed wrong leadership. They followed leaders that led them into sin and compromise. Now, brothers and sisters, each of us has to work out our own salvation with fear and trembling. You can't stand back and blame preachers who lead you in the wrong way. You can't stand out and blame bosses in your companies that made you sin. I had one young lady look at me and say, "Pastor Summerall, I had no choice. My boss said I had to sleep with him or I'd lose my job." Yeah, you have a choice. You quit. At some point, you have to recognize that leadership is not always right. God is always right. But those of us in leadership, we make mistakes. We screw up. And we lead people in wrong directions. Be like the Bereans. Search the scriptures to see if these things be so. And do not be led into the wrong path.